Hot 91, the soul of VA. I'm Alana Mercedes, and it is 12 p.m. on a Wednesday, so you already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Club Creative Hour. And today on Club Creative, we're highlighting a collective that's been making major waves in the 757's creative scene. So from curating vendor markets like That's Flea to hosting arts, networking, socials, and live showcases, Good Society has become a hub where creatives, entrepreneurs, and community builders can connect and thrive. And of course, they've partnered with some incredible groups like the Neon District, Downtown Norfolk Council, and even retail partners like Virginia Villains and Heat Clothing. And it just shows how deeply they're woven into the culture of the Hampton Roads. So Good Society is more than just their events. They're all about building a vibrant, supportive community and creating spaces where artistry, business, and collaboration all come together. And today, we're diving into just that. So please join me in welcoming the founder, Phil, of Good Society, Al, the media production specialist, and we got off to the side Ron, who you're gonna be popping in every now and again, just say what's up, Ron.
How y'all doing?
But yes, how are you guys feeling today?
I'm good. We appreciate you a lot for bringing us on here, man. Shouts to the whole VA, the whole Hot 91, everybody, the whole staff, the whole 757. So, yeah, we appreciate you a lot.
Yes, of course. I'm glad to have you guys. And it's crazy that I hadn't heard of you before, I don't know, a couple of months ago maybe, because of all that you guys are doing and involved with in this area. So first off, for those who might not be familiar with Good Society, how would you describe what it is you guys do and what your mission is?
Good Society is a creative lifestyle brand founded in 2018, and the overall mission is to push for equity and access in culture and the arts. And we achieve that whether through our experiential activations, everything from art exhibitions, music showcases, certain types of community programming. And then we have our brand-focused touch points. So we have a clothing line, our apparel. We provide professional media services, whether it's photography, videography, staging, lighting, event curation services. And then we also, have our philanthropic side where we're looking to give back, offer our talent, skill sets, and labor to the community. So
that's incredible. Y'all dabble in a little bit of everything having to do with the creative arts and community. I love that.
For sure. I think it's important to keep things diverse if you really want to have a, organization or something that thrives and has longevity in the marketplace. So just finding different revenue streams, different partnerships, cross-pollination, just trying to find how you can grow the organization in all different type of ways.
I love that term, cross-pollination. That's exactly what y'all do.
For sure.
So I saw also that your brand is centered around this idea of universal consciousness. Now, what exactly does that mean to you guys?
I think that I appreciate you checking out the apparel, checking out some of the touch points, making sure that comes through there.
Homework.
Yeah, she definitely did. Good Society started just basically really organic and natural as a group of friends and people who's really hanging out in the creative arts and entertainment. Like Ron will tell you, he's been with us for a long time. So has Al, and this thing kind of started maybe nightlife, entertainment. So I think that before we knew what Good Society was and there was a name on it and it was something official, incorporated with paperwork and all of that, we were already a part of something. And that was like the energy that flows through both us as human individuals and the brand as a collective of people who are together. And so, what you've seen or saw on that shirt is kind of just one of the many vibes and touch points, aesthetics that we put out into the, ecosystem and the ether of saying, we're all part of something and we were all a part of this before we even knew what it was necessarily. And so even people who maybe don't know that they're presently part of Good Society, like, yeah, you're in the club, you part of the club, but it's kind of like the energy and ethos that runs through everybody with it.
So that's what that consciousness is? It's like a shared line of thought?
Yeah, for sure. Between, creative ideas, design, hospitality, social, like consciousness and trying to move forward our community and the individuals that's within it.
Okay, I love that idea of it though. And consciousness, I think, is something that's really popular to talk about these days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, people are just more interested in getting deeper into the human conscious and like what it all means. So I think the fact that you guys use that as like a foundational piece, it is something that everybody can relate to. So I think that ties into like that community part of it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's what's up. Now, a statement from Good Society that captured my attention was on your site where it says, real stories to the heart of the matter, on the street, fresh off the pavement. I don't know why, but that ate really bad for me. Like,
Yeah,
I love
for sure.
that.
Appreciate
So, of course. Now, what kind of stories is it that you guys are trying to get out there into the world?
All types of stories. I'm really interested in humanities and how people conduct their lives and between work, between leisure, between relationships. And I think that our ability to tell stories, which is something that I think that we've done in a certain manner and we're always trying to get better at, is what's really gonna allow people to connect with us. And so if you like, I appreciate you going through our website. Definitely, that's awesome. So we got the blog up there. And so it kind of started with, I travel a lot. I go a lot of different places like around the world, et cetera. So you can go on there and follow us in like Amsterdam, South Africa, a lot of different places like Mexico that we travel to, Atlanta, New York. And telling that story and just really like trying to give something that people can connect with us on deeper levels past than just coming out to an event, a party, an art exhibition. Like, we try to have a lot of depth and contextuality with it.
I feel that. That's really evident, the depth. So being that you've traveled to all of these different places and had a chance to come in contact with different cultures and people, what's something that you think is a commonality that we all share that maybe people don't consider, but something that you've noticed that's similar across the board?
At the end of the day, everybody pretty much kind of wants the same thing. Like, everybody kind of wants some peace and security. They want the ability to be able to go out and have experiences. I mean, I don't want to just directly tie it to money, but you know what I'm saying? Like, most people around the world, they want the same type of things out of life. And that one of the things I've learned, especially from going to places like Africa, and, you know, I spent a lot of time in Africa. I think, you know, past being able to see somebody's skin color or, you know, where they're from, et cetera, a lot of things that divide us aren't really like race problems. They're not really like things about like money and power, et cetera. But I think it's like a lot of the world just needs more love. People need, it sounds corny, but for real, like, it's one life and it's one love, bro. And that's what I found. No matter where you go, people generally want the same thing. And no matter what color they are, you know, what level of society economically they are, they want to be happy. Most people want a family, et cetera. So understanding that and trying to be nice to people, or, you know, find better ways to deal with people.
I get that.
All the milieu out here.
All right, absolutely. No, that's really interesting, but that's true. I know people might think it's corny, but cliches are cliche for a reason. It's because it's true. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I like, again, all of that ties into the foundation of Good Society. Now, you guys' events like Commerce Exchange, the Concrete Canvas Arts Fest, and the Pop-Out Concert Series give visual artists as well as like musical artists, entrepreneurs, all of the like, kind of an opportunity to collaborate with each other, meet each other, sell their products, whatever the case may be, all in a common space. So what have you seen or have you noticed is the biggest kind of benefit of having these types of events here at home?
So I think one of the crux and one of the niches that Good Society has is we go out into the community and we curate and provide these opportunities for young creative professionals who largely may not otherwise have those chances. And so we've taken a lot of time to self-educate ourselves about how the business operates, you know, and we are really involved in kind of the exposure and development between performing artists, visual artists, creative entrepreneurs, people who do design, events, experiential. So I'm sorry, what was the question, like, kind of one more time?
Just like, how does that feed into the importance of having that kind of community here at home?
Yeah, I think Hampton Roads as a region is a place where we don't have, a lot of people say, we don't have like the large infrastructure. So like, I'm in Brooklyn all the time. I hang in Bushwick all the time. I got a lot of homies all throughout New York. Like, my man that I stay with when I go to Brooklyn, like, he used to work for, I think, like, Atlantic Records. And so to know people like that and to be able to see the structure and the business operations and how the creative industries and entertainment and hospitality actually works is of a lot of value to people who are looking for careers in this space. And so out here, being that we don't have a lot of, like, organizations or businesses, companies that are involved, you know, on a really high-end level, providing salaries to people, et cetera. Businesses and groups and organizations like ours and a couple of the other well-known names out here are really crucial and vital for people who are looking to, you know, grow and traverse the pathways of creative careers in media, entertainment, hospitality, because they need somewhere to start.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some different companies out here that you can go to. Like, you are a great example of somebody whose their creative talents are, you know, have found a great marriage in, you know, being employed, et cetera. So, but it's other ones who don't really either know how to find the opportunity. They're not comfortable in those spaces. They still need to learn how to maybe approach some of the opportunities, et cetera, how to move in that kind of world. And we really kind of provide an entry level to that. So I think that that's really important. I remember when I was like just hanging out, like when back in the early days of this thing, when me and Ron was standing around in club sections, et cetera, like I remember definitely kind of trying to figure out like, yo, how do we get on, or how do we do this, et cetera, et cetera. I think we went out and we just bumped our head against the wall, and we were just kind of showing up like, look, we gonna have part of this or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to learn that much information and to learn how the processes go, learn how to engage with people, learn how to create opportunities and turn it all around and make it like a thing that propels itself is a beautiful thing. And yeah.
I agree. I think you guys are doing, I admire the work that you're doing because it does act as like a glue and a footstool almost to community, or to the community of creatives that want to get to that next level but don't know how to get there. That's really important. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys. Like, you're doing a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. It's Club Creative, and we have Good Society in the building on Hot 91, the soul of VA.
Yes, sir.
Hot 91, the soul of VA. I'm Alana Mercedes, and right now it's Club Creative Hour, and we're joined by the gentlemen of Good Society in the building. Okay, so gentlemen, like I said, I really like the beginnings of Good Society and how you said it started off as kind of like a friend group, just doing something common, but didn't quite have a name for it. So what kind of values did you guys hold that made you realize, like, this is something we can put a mission to and create into something larger than just us as friends?
What kind of values did we hold? I think the weird thing is we was just living. So it wasn't really like, you know what I mean? But I could say there's just an inner fire and love that we have for the game of creativity and creating. Like, I've been creating since like my younger teenage years, just doing all types of things. I originally thought I might have been on stage holding a microphone and rapping, like, you know what I'm saying, where I went to college at, et cetera, et cetera. People know me for like making music and different things like that. So I might have thought it would have been that, but I actually like it way better.
Well, what made you switch gears?
I don't know. Just did. Like, the rap thing, music, I just wasn't feeling it. I'd rather, you know, see all the pieces come together and know how the whole machine works instead of being one little wheel inside of it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that. That makes sense. What kind of upbringing did you guys have where it, like, affected you wanting to join something like this as opposed to something else?
For me, it was just, I just wanted to be around my peers. I just wanted to be with the crew. That was what it was for me. And then the opportunity presented itself where I was able to film. And one night we was just at Broadway, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just about to start filming everything. And then from that on, we here.
Okay, absolutely. And you, Ron?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much the same across the board. I don't think anyone joined with the actual goal in mind. I kind of started, like I said, in the nightclubs, promoting with Phil, and just trying to make a dollar, trying to make something happen, and kind of this is my brother, kind of work together for a little bit, and we're like, you know what, we make a good team. We like putting things together. Maybe we should expand on this. So that's kind of what happened with us.
Okay, I can see that. Now, being that this is something that's built off a common foundation of friends, with a common mission, what traces of your own identity do you see in Good Society Group? Like, what's something that's obviously, oh, this is such a Phil thing, like, but it had to be involved in what we're doing. Like, what does that look like for you?
What traits of myself do I see in Good Society? I mean, Good Society is my life identity. It's like the brand. Like, I wear that on my chest. It's a flag. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, my story, like, I lost my mom when I was 2 years old. I don't know who my father is. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she started a production company and all of that type of jazz, promotion company, etc. So I know it's kind of like a higher path for me that I'm kind of chasing down and following. Following. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Phil might not be able to say it because he's looking through his own eyes, but me watching Phil, definitely, like, community is one of the values he has. He's able to put stuff together, reach out to people. And I definitely think he's a bold person too as well. He's the type of guy we'll have an idea. I'll be like, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. And he's like, why not? This person won't listen to us. Why not? He's always, ready to take that leap.
Appreciation.
For sure. I don't think that's like a trait that a lot of people have.
Mm-hmm. Like just driving forward no matter what. You just know you're going to make it happen.
Yeah. Somehow, some way, it's going to come together.
That's wonderful. And being that you did grow up then and not having your parents around, I feel like community probably was such a big thing for you in your life. What role did community play for you when your upbringing?
I mean, that's pretty much what I had. Like, I had to go outside and get it. Like, my grandmother raised me. I was raised by a single senior citizen. Like, and my grandmother didn't even drive on the highway. So for me to, like, be able to make something happen for myself, I had to literally go outside and be in the midst of everything, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, and go chase down whatever I wanted, you know what I'm saying, because you're around people that might not be able to give you, like, tangible advice or really able to help kind of steer you towards maybe what you personally want in life, etc. So that's kind of definitely where the fire and the hunger came out at, of just being like, what am I going to go home to myself? You know, there's no answers at the crib. So it's like, all right, we're going to go outside. We're just going to figure this out by any means, and whatever comes with it. You know what I'm saying? We'll walk through the fire.
And I'm sure that's not always an easy mission to carry, especially when it's something that you guys have decided that you want to help other people with, like bringing all of those people on board alongside what seems like, a personal mission for you as well. So what kind of hardships have you had so far in Good Society, and how have you been shaped by them? How do you think it's helped you to develop as a person?
Man, we've been forged in the flame, bro.
Forged in the flame is
forged
crazy.
in the flame, like, you know what I mean? You got to move in faith when you're doing what we doing, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you got to literally put it all out there, like, and people pick up on that. People understand when you're here, and it's like, bro, like, I'm not making a plan B. Like, I'm out here for this, you know what I'm saying? Whichever way it goes, to whatever end of the earth I got to travel to make this happen. Whoever tries to get in the way gonna get knocked over. Like, that's how we moving forth, you know what I'm saying? What y'all think?
I mean, I'll say a lot of people won't get on board until you already starting to got a little bit of emotion.
For sure, I feel
definitely. There's a lot of nights in the club. A lot of nights we weren't making no money. We was in here like, we just put all this work, heart and soul into this event, though, break even.
Yeah, it's a lot of questioning things. Go ahead.
Especially with me, like, me being, like, the media creator. Like, I remember when I first started, I used to hit everybody up, like, yo, I got this going on, ain't nobody text me back. But now that I got a little bit of buzz, the same people I used to hit up, now they trying to come back, double back, and be like, yeah, I'm trying to tap in. Like, nah, you're late now, bro. You're late now.
I think one of the interesting things is you get this shared experience with people who are really deeply involved in the business of what we do, because you have this, if you had a whole room, if you put all of us in a room, there's a certain amount of them that are just there for the look. They just want to be there to gain a certain, things that come with this. You know, everybody knows.
Totally understand.
But then there's this subset of people who are really genuinely working very hard at trying to build something or get ideas and projects out. And then you get to a point where you're like, yo, this is super seriously work. Like, this is a lot of effort and labor. And the people that get that and they move through that and continue working and they stay consistent and they're continually pushing the envelope, they come together with other people that are on that same note. And you know what I mean? It almost comes to this point where you can walk in the room and it don't even got to be said. Because it's like you could look at the scoreboard, you could look at the resume, you could look at what's going on presently, has been going on, and those people come together. And I think that's one of like the, you know, definite hardships of having to look out into the atmosphere and into the environment and not know what's coming, not necessarily know the answers, but you gotta like comfort yourself in what you feel may be right, and you gotta block out the doubt, and you gotta find the energy and effort to wake up every morning and work on these things when there's no reward coming right now. There's no outward motivation to do this, you know what I'm saying, except for like the love of the game and loving seeing these things come to life.
I was going to say, like, with all of that hardship, and of course, when you go through all of these valleys and the difficult parts of doing what you're doing, of course, there's going to be the highs too, the mountaintops. So what would you say has been the most rewarding part of seeing your hard work birth such an incredible organization?
Getting to pay the homies, and the homies being like, yeah, I'm paying my bills, and the homies being like, I've learned something, like you've tutored me on how to learn this game, and I can see them go out and do their own thing, like, and to be able to take it out of my own hands, to be like, all right, at one point I was holding a camera or I was holding a mic. Now the homie doing that. Now Al's doing it. You know what I'm saying? To see him thrive and flourish, and to see Ron do his thing on, you know, acquiring and bookings, and just to see people grow is a really great thing, because I know, like, if I invest in people, and the better that my squad gets and my club gets and Good Society gets, the people that are in it, the more they know, the more skill sets they have, that all of those people, I mean, the whole unit is just going to be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? If you invest in the people, it's definitely going to grow.
I would say for me, it's like everywhere I go somewhere, if you're like, yeah, bro, you to do that making the videos, right? I feel like that's for me, because it's just like, just to know, like, somebody know me based off my work, like, that's just kudos, you know? And that just gave me every time, you know.
It's a rewarding feeling. It's a really good feeling to know that people are acknowledging, even if they are late with it. It's okay, you know, just to know that people see and observe what you're doing, and they can feel the weight of everything that Good Society does. I think that's a good, rewarding feeling too. I know what that's like, so I love it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to Good Society in the building for Club Creative on Hot 91, the soul of VA. Hot 91, the soul of VA. I'm Alana Mercedes, and we are back with Club Creative with Good Society Group. Now, you guys have some really exciting things coming up, starting very soon this weekend with the Envision 2 Arts Networking Social. So tell me a little bit about that event, you know, what the purpose of it is and what attendees can expect.
Okay, so shouts to LTYC Arts, Leaders of Tomorrow Youth Center. This is a arts nonprofit that is based in the Baltimore and DC area, and they provide creative arts education for youth aged 5 through 18. And so they have had several arts education programs here in Hampton Roads, and they're looking to continually expand their outreach and where they have, you know, programming at. And so Envision is a annual collaboration experience, you know, collaborated between Good Society and LTYC, in which the purpose really is to engage with both creatives and artists who can become potential arts instructors in the area, work in things like public schools, boys and girls clubs, various, you know, sites of youth education development, and then also, you know, notable individuals and organizations who may hold opportunities to curate such programming positions. So, you know, we did the first one last, I think, like October at Commune in Norfolk.
Yes.
Went really well, was great, had some great names, and brought some great people together. So this is volume 2. Like we said, this Saturday at Aslan Beer Company, 823 Virginia Beach Boulevard on the ocean front. Free event. It's going to be, you know, regular shindig like Good Society does, performance set list, got like 5 different DJs, small vendor market, art exhibition, and some different community groups. So if you have like any desire or skill sets or thoughts of wanting to, maybe have a position or employment in providing arts education to youth, definitely make sure y'all come to Envision, come meet and greet, and then, hop on all of our information between goodsocietyworld.com, at Good Society Group, at LTYC Arts, and LTYC.net.
Okay, it sounds like it's going to be a really exciting event with an opportunity to learn. If you're not familiar with the kind of creatives that we have in this area, I think this is a perfect showcase because the lineup, number one, the performing art. Okay, let's start with the DJs. Y'all have, of course, like 757 staples, Gabe Niles, Chef Dro, Gia, Durag Dav, Good Vibes. Incredible lineup. Excellent.
Thank you.
I'm definitely excited about G Lit. Okay,
For
she's
sure.
one of my favorite rappers of the 757. Zaya is really dope too, and more. And then, of course, we have our vendors available as well. So it looks like there's going to be a great time for people to kind of just, like, if you weren't from the 757, this is the type of event I would recommend somebody to experience the kind of art that we make here.
Yeah, we try to make sure that it's going to be diverse, a lot of different names, so you can get all types of different vibes. We definitely try to put a lot into kind of the production, a lot of lighting out. Shouts to my man Kobe, K Wiggs, who's going to be doing the production. Shouts to Ron for pulling together the different artists and getting all the talent kind of booked in there. Al's going to be out doing his media thing, getting interviews and content, so it's definitely a good time. Like we said, free event, food, beverage, come out, holla at us.
And that's at Aslan Beer Company in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, 823 Virginia Beach Boulevard, right near the oceanfront, couple blocks from Atlantic.
It's going to be a time. I'm excited.
For
and
sure.
then you guys have some exciting news about a partnership with the Neon Fest.
For sure.
So tell me about that.
We have been doing a vendor market for a little bit over a year. We call it That's Flea Vendor Market, Streetwear Brand Community Market. It started at the plot on Granby Street, and then it kept just snowballing, moving. We did a lot of iterations at Selden Market, so shouts to whole Selden Market staff, Carrie Ann, everybody down there, Byron, everybody. And so, we put in that application for Neon Festival. We got that thing, so they're going to shut down West Wilson Avenue. So any of my vendors, if you got a brand, business, product, service provider, make sure that you jump in early. We got the early bird special on the vendor spaces. That might jump up here at the end of August, but come out, connect with the public. There will be hundreds, if not thousands of people in the street walking around. So it's going to be a great opportunity to make a couple dollars and connect with some customers.
Okay, sounds like it's going to be a great time, and that's happening October the 17th.
That's a Friday from
Yes.
6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I think that one is.
Yes. Okay, that sounds like it's exciting. The Neon Fest is always a great time and a great opportunity to connect with people, so I'm excited to see y'all out there.
For sure. I appreciate it. We're definitely excited. Shouts to the whole downtown Norfolk Council, downtown 757, everybody, the regulars and the names that be the gatekeepers who pass us through
Who
there.
make it
Everybody
happen.
knows who they are, so shouts to them.
Okay, that's what's up. That's dope. And again, if people need more information or more info on you guys in general, where can they reach you?
At Good Society Group on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We got a TikTok, we're trying to juice that thing up. And our website, that's the main platform where you'll find everything from the events, the calendar, our clothing line, the apparel, and, our blog kind of videos, content. So goodsocietyworld.com. Go check that out.
And lastly, something that I like to ask all of the creatives that we have featured here. Being that you are from the 757 and are seeing it grow and, being a part of its growth, what is the footprint that you hope to leave on Virginia? Like 10, 15 years down the line, what are you hoping to look back on and be like, yeah, that's mine?
I think that when I really think of it, that's kind of maybe have changed a little bit over time, but I think now I'm really starting to look at it like artist development and like creative entrepreneur development. Like we really play a role in bringing these people into the fold of our organization, whether, you just happen to work on one event or a project with us, or you're a vendor, et cetera, however you come in contact with us. And then hopefully you've learned something that you can take away that's going to better your, path and progression or whatever you're trying to do in the creative spaces. Like to see all these different artists, and I've seen people really grow at this point over the years. Like there's a couple artists that have been on performances early on and they were there by themselves. They may not have had the best stage presence, etc. And you look up a couple years later, these people have record deals. They're doing shows out of town.
Insane.
To see things like that, to see kids come from their first like visual exhibition or like coming to do a pop-up with us to we get them in certain spaces and you're selling thousands of dollars worth of art on one day. Like, we've done that for people. So to see that impact and to see people grow is really what I think I want the lasting legacy to be. And for people to know that in Hampton Roads, that we were one of the entities.
Yeah.
That the brand was one of them ones. That like, all right, you need to go mess with them, go check them out. You know, whether it's a consumer side, just hanging out with us, coming to our events, or it's actually working in a professional space and sense.
Well, to be that you guys started back in 2018 to see where you are now, you're well on your way to creating that legacy of things you've already started. So I thank you guys for all of your work that you do here for the community, you know, and for creatives. That's something that's really important to me. So to see you guys being, again, acting as that glue for people, incredible. So I'm expecting great things, you know? Of course. Well, thank you guys so much for your time here on Club Creative. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, come through the Good Society Group's Envision 2 Arts Networking social event at Aslan Beer Co. in Virginia Beach. It's going to be a great time, free and open to the public. So I hope to see you out there. Make sure you stay tuned. Have your mental health moment with Mercedes up next on Hot 91, the soul of VA.